The celestial drift hummed through the void, a titanium beast propelled by quantum engines and the collective breath of 3,000 souls. In the main cafeteria, holographic fish swam through transparent aluminum walls, oblivious to the tension thickening the air like coagulating blood. At table 47, Elira sat alone. For 18 days, she had been an island in a sea of suspicion, her violet skin and the scar web on her face acting as a repellent field. Radiation from solar flares, a passenger whispered 3 tables away, weaving myths to justify their recoil. It is a grim reflection of our own world, isn't it? How we demonize the geometry of a face we don't understand, desperate to find a monster so we can feel like heroes. A serving drone approached, optical sensors flickering. Meal selection error, it chirped, spinning in a confused waltz before crashing into a chair. Brilliant, Elira muttered, poking at the gray protein paste that resembled wet cement. Even the robots are bigots. Nearby, a child pointed at her elongated ears, his curiosity pure until his mother hissed, "Don't stare," dragging him away as if Elira were contagious. Elira wiggled her ears at the boy, a small rebellion in a hostile room. The ship's AI, with a voice of manic cheerfulness, announced gravity fluctuations just as drinks floated and crashed. Eyes snapped to Elira immediately. In their minds, she wasn't a passenger. She was a glitch in the matrix, a curse made flesh causing everything from blue food to stuck doors. Cale Morrison watched from the coffee dispenser, nursing a cup of something that tasted like motor oil. He didn't see a villain. He saw a woman eating alone while adults acted like frightened schoolchildren. His comm unit crackled. Section 7 was acting up. On his way, he passed passengers claiming their children's toys were reciting poetry in ancient Martian. "It's the alien woman," they insisted. Cale sighed, defending logic against mass hysteria. Stuffed animals respond to electromagnetic interference, not alien presence. He found the atmospheric recycler clogged with lint, a fan installed backward by human hands. He told Chief Valdez, a man who blamed food replicator errors on Mercury being in retrograde, that the ship was held together by spare parts and wishful thinking. "She makes people uncomfortable," Valdez argued. "So do half the passengers," Cale countered. "That doesn't mean they're sabotaging life support with their thoughts." He found her later on the observation deck, watching the starfield with a melancholy that made her scars look like battle honors. "Beautiful, isn't it?" she said, sensing him. "The view is. The company downstairs, less so." They stood together, the silence comfortable. She joked about a constellation looking like a maintenance drone having an existential crisis. He pointed out one that resembled Valdez holding a wrench wrong. They laughed, a rare sound on a ship running on anxiety. "Why not eat in the officer's mess?" Cale asked. "Hiding doesn't make prejudice go away," she replied, her ears twitching. Just then, the AI chimed. Romeo and Juliet was cancelled, replaced by Hamlet versus the Space Pirates. "Bored AI?" Cale shrugged. "Last month it was zombie chefs." Elira laughed, the sound warming the cold aluminum room. "I'm beginning to think they were blaming me for problems that started long before I boarded." The next morning, Cale chose the path of most resistance. He took his tray of scrambled eggs, rubber mixed with good intentions, and sat directly opposite Elira at table 47. The cafeteria went silent. A diplomat choked. A child was shushed. "This should be interesting," Elira murmured. A drone poured juice perfectly, proving machines prefer an audience. Then came the tribunal, Harold, Martha, and a merchant, faces set in righteous judgment. "Strange things happen around her," the merchant accused. "My shower dispensed purple water." Elira didn't blink. "Copper oxide in the pipes. Harmless but needs flushing. I used to design atmospheric systems." The merchant blinked, stunned by competence where he expected sorcery. When they claimed the timing was suspicious, the gravity flickered again. "Right," Elira drawled, gesturing to the wall screen. "I clearly waited for this conversation to use my evil powers. Or, perhaps, it's the binary star system anomaly we've been navigating for 2 days." Cale backed her up, dismantling their fear with cold, hard engineering facts. It's easier to blame mysterious aliens than admit we're flying in an expensive antique, he told them. The trio retreated, their scapegoat theory dissolving under the weight of reality. But the universe has a sense of irony. 3 days later, the red alert screamed, "Real danger." The quantum drive containment was breaching. Kale rushed to the engine room to find Valdez pale as a sheet. "Cascade failure," the chief stammered. "The field generators can't hold the anomaly's stress." They were minutes from being scattered across dimensions. "Actually," a voice cut in. Elora stood at the door, wearing an ill-fitting jumpsuit. "I have a degree in quantum mechanics and 15 years of experience." Valdez tried to protest, but she was already at the panel. "Your specs are wrong. This is a Mark 9 core running on Mark 7 calibrations. You're trying to contain a hurricane with a butterfly net." "Can we fix it?" Valdez asked, desperate. "We can try," she said, "but we have to recalibrate manually." For 2 hours, it was a high-wire act. Elora called out harmonic frequencies, her mind a fortress of math. Kale executed the adjustments inside the humming assembly. "Think of it as a puzzle," she called out as the pressure mounted to 15 atmospheres. "Just one made of pure energy and theoretical dimensions." It was the most dangerous dance of their lives, but as they hit the final sequence, the red lights bled into green. The drive stabilized. They hadn't just saved the ship, they had rewritten the narrative. Valdez promised a commendation, but the real reward was the walk back. The corridors were no longer hostile. Passengers nodded, the weight of their judgment replaced by the lightness of survival. "Is there anything you don't know how to fix?" Kale asked. "Apparently the food replicators," Elora smiled. They paused at the junction. "Thank you," she said softly, "for sitting with me that first time." "Thank you for not being a saboteur," Kale replied, "and for saving our lives." He watched her walk away, looking forward to tomorrow's breakfast. The food would still taste like despair, but the company was stellar. In the end, the drift isn't just about the stars we pass. It's about the unexpected allies we find, strangers with pointed ears who turn out to be the only ones who know how to keep us flying.